Can you guys believe like May is already almost over? Like we're almost halfway through this year already. How crazy is that?
Nope. I can't believe it. It's insane. Everly's going to be 8 months in just like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. I'm already sitting here like Tommy started like humming a Christmas song the other day. I was like, really? But then I'm like, dude, Christmas is gonna be here before we know it.
Right.
It is not far off at all.
What'd you do?
No.
Sorry, you guys are gonna hear my dogs being really loud and each other, but they're just annoying. They're so pent up. Will is on a mission to grow our grass, and so he's like, "Don't let them on it."
Oh, I just got chewed out by Tommy because I left the little blow-up pool out there, and it's like too heavy on the grass. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do anything until the water leaks out of it.
Chill out, Cruiser.
Our house is a rental. I don't have to worry about it.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and just kind of kick it off. So everyone, thanks for coming to the Zoom tonight. I'm sure we'll have more people coming on here in a bit. If you're not already, if you could mute your mic just so we kind of eliminate any background noise. And then as new people come on, I'll mute them as need be. But if you could just mute your mic for the time being, that would be much appreciated. So I'm kind of excited for tonight's Zoom. We did it a little different. We did a poll in the group. So this was the topic that got the most votes. So this was something that clearly everyone wanted a little more information on and for us to go over. So we have a couple topics that we are going to just go over a little bit. Dani's going to start, then I'm going to do a few things. Erika's going to do a couple things, and then Sammie, when she gets on, is going to kind of close it out, and then we'll do questions and any loose ends to tie up once we're finished. So if anything we're going over sparks up a question, just be sure to jot it down, and we'll get to that all at the end. But hopefully this is really informative. I think whether you just started yesterday or you've been doing this for 5 months, like this will be really good information so everyone can benefit from this. So be sure to take notes. Any of your teammates that's not here, just be sure to get them the information. So Dani, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and start with you.
All right, so we wanted to talk about your responsibilities when you're first getting started as a new distributor, and what are your responsibilities once you start building your team. So the first topic I want to kind of cover is, so you joined It Works. What now? What are my initial responsibilities? You want to get a fast start, which has probably 4 different key points. You want to work on getting your first 4 LCs. So you want to contact friends and family, let them know you started this new business endeavor and you're looking for people for your portfolio. You want to reach out as much as possible. You want to be excited and just spread the word as much as you can. And a good way to do that is to post daily. You want to be present on Facebook. You want to always appear open for business. I mean, if you're not posting and someone else has another It Works distributor on their feed and they're posting daily, guess who they're going to go to? The person that's more frequent in their mind, the person that says, oh, I liked that post, or, oh, they have more drive and passion for it. They're going to go to that person. So a good rule for posting is the 3-3 rule. 3 personal and 3 business. Now, I know that's kind of hard when you're first getting started because you're like, well, what the heck do I post about 3 times a day? So that's when you can go to our pages that we have that we add you to, Ambassador You, for example. We have all those little customer post threads that we're tagging you in constantly, and you'll be able to tag people in as well when you sign DTs. And then, the distributor posts as well, you want to have them be genuine. You want them to be thoughtful. You don't just want to throw up a spammy ad and have someone scroll past it because they're thinking you're going to try to sell them something. Hey, calm down. And hold on, sorry. Lay down. Crazy. Totally lost my train of thought. I know it's hard when you first start out because you don't have your products in hand or anything like that. So I need a squirt gun. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm going to put him outside.
No problem.
Outside, baby. Go play. All right. Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
All right. So when you first start, you don't have your product in hand. So you're kind of like, I can't post with anything. So that's when you're going to use the loyal customer threads and pull off of Ambassador U. Once you get your products in, once you start using the product, you want to have thoughtful posts, you in the pictures with the products. You can do, videos of, your routine with your skincare, so on and so forth. So you just want to make sure that your posts are meaningful and people want to engage. The third point, when you first get started, you want to go onto your eSuite, and there is a tab at the top, and it's the It Works You, and it has a lot of great training material in there. So that's a good starting stone to, be successful. And then also, when you're added to the groups like Ambassador U, you want to participate. You want to have people in your corner. We're all here for you, and we're all posting things that are going to help you along your way in your business. So when you ask questions, you watch Sammie's infamous videos she posts frequently, which are awesome. Or, you're commenting and asking questions. Like when you're present, people notice, and then they want to be engaged with you, and the whole team impact aspect comes to mind. So that's a really great resource, and everyone should be taking advantage of that. Like if you don't have the outlet or the answer to your question, then go to Ambassador U, look it up. I'm telling you, the answer is there on some level.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So second point on getting started was you want to get to the 400 club as fast as possible. You want to make sure that you are 400 or above in group volume. So group volume means that it is everyone underneath of you, including your volume as a distributor, so your monthly auto shipment. So we'll touch base on running an auto shipment a little later, but you should be running one that's 80 BV. So that's already 80 points towards your 400. You can have 4 loyal customers directly under you. That can sometimes bump you up to 400. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you need to sign a DT and then they're 4 customers, and that'll get you to 400. But you are someone's qualified leg, so you should make sure that you're running an auto shipment and that you are trying to maintain at least 400 group volume, because that's what you're going to be expecting of the distributors that you sign. So you should be holding yourself to that standard as well. And if you're having trouble with that, then reach out to your upline, reach out to your enroller, see what you can do to get that little edge and make sure you're maintaining that 400 group volume every month. And let's see. The third talking point I wanted to go over was when you are first starting out, I know you're kind of like, what do I say to people? When you're talking to loyal customers or potential distributors, and you want to make sure that you are always upfront and honest about the commitment that they're to embark on. So whether or not it would be the 3 month or the auto shipment or your website fee, you just always want to make sure that you are explaining things and there's no secrecy or anything like that, because people don't want to feel tricked. You don't want to run your business that way. So if you aren't clear on those rules, then get with your upline, make sure that you're clear. So when you're explaining it to the people that you're speaking with about signing up to be a customer or what it entails to be a distributor, you want to make sure you have that down and you're relaying it correctly, because that's probably the worst thing that can happen. Someone signs up and then they're like, wait, what? I have no idea I had to pay $20 a month, or I had no idea that this was expected of me. And when you're a distributor, you're expected to be able to run an auto shipment and pay for your monthly website. That's just one of the costs of doing business. And if you run your business in a certain way, then it's totally doable to, have it be not out of pocket.
Yeah, and on that note, I want to add really quick, Dani, like I think I would rather talk to a potential distributor for an extra month or two for them to get comfortable with like the auto ship or the website than to like not tell them about it, they sign up, get blindsided, and then just quit. Like I think I would rather them like think about it for an extra month than to just be like, oh, well, I didn't know that this was the case and this isn't for me, because that just, it's going to leave a bad taste in their mouth. They're not going to want to keep, trying to grow their business or even start.
Yep. I didn't know that was a thing to not tell people. I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't at all. And I really hope that, people that I sign don't, but I mean, I do know that some people are kind of scared to mention the auto ship. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to a girl today that, she did doTERRA, and she told me the thing she hated the most was that she had to order this so much inventory every month. And I told her like straight up, like, this is something that we do as well, but she was a loyal customer. I'm like, you're already ordering 50 whatever every month, so it's not like it would be an issue. No, but I mean, I do think some people are just a little scared to mention that.
Yeah, but if you mention it in the correct way, instead of like, I don't know, what I like to do is say, every month we place an order, and you can get like two, like, which is 80 BV. So usually I get a box of wraps for 59 and greens, they're 33. So that kind of gives them a ballpark without being so specific on like, this is the amount you're going to spend.
Right.
So it's not like this daunting like number in their head where they're like, oh my God, I have to spend $120 every month. You know what I mean? You're kind of giving them like a ballpark of what they're going to be spending, testing the waters. And then you can go into like, well, you can spend more, or you can, whatever. But the 150 PBV should be a backup for being commission qualified. So that should never be like your selling point. Be like, oh, well, you don't have to run an auto shipment. You can just do 150 PBV. You know what I mean? Like you always want to make sure that they can at least run the 80 BV auto shipment. And if there's like some crazy month where, your finances can't, handle it or whatever it may be, everyone has, a month where they maybe can't run it or something like that. But the 150 PBV should definitely be a backup. And another reason running your auto shipment is so important is because it ensures you get paid no matter what. You're not going to have this finagle at the end of the month where you're relying on, you're right at 150 PBV and one of your customers underneath of you returns an order and you had a $600 month. There goes your entire commission check because you didn't run your auto shipment. And that's scary because now they can process their own returns until the 15th the following month. So just make sure you keep that in mind. And finally, like on the auto shipment, you want to be a product of the product. No one wants to buy something from someone that's not using it, that's not, showing them the lifestyle that goes attached to the product. So, or having like a testimony. If I was out there telling people like, oh, greens are great, they'd be like, all right, do you use them? And I said, no, they'd be like, okay, no, thank you. Why would I buy from you? You just kind of push something on me. So you always want to be a product of the product. One more thing I want to touch on before Ashley starts is being compliant. So I know that there's a lot of issues with, sending in stuff and can I post it before it is, okayed from corporate and everything like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, Ashley, but from what I understand is like if I did a wrap and I wanted to like post my before and after right then and there, I can do that. And then I can just say that I'm sending it in, or is it like completely gone now? Like you can't even do that. Like that's wishy-washy.
Sammie, I mean, I feel like there's so much that's changed in the short amount of time, especially since they re-put everything in those like black, borders or whatever. Before it was like, if it's your personal before and after, or it was like, you know, your direct line of people that you could share it, but they still wanted you to send it in to be to get approved. But now it's like you have to sign the waiver and all that. So I think to be safe, we should just, if you have a really good before and after, just send it in, get it approved. It took me like 3 days, I think, for them to send me my approved thing back. And then if you need to use it, just send it privately. Just don't, because we know how fast, I mean, posts go like wildfire here. When someone posts a really good before and after, like everybody posts it 5 minutes later. Mm-hmm. So I think to be safe, we should just send it in, get it approved, so we all know that, you know, and that way the unapproved picture isn't going all around Facebook. You know what I mean? Because no one goes and takes that stuff down.
That's what I was, honestly, Hannah and I were talking about this in one of our group chats. We were, you know, the arm picture.
Yeah, I know. And we're all guilty.
All the ambassadors posting it, and you're like, well, shoot. I mean, lead by example kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think there's definitely how you run your business is important. So from now on, you won't catch me doing anything non-compliant. I'll be posting after you with the border.
And I also wanted to touch on, you know, you made a really good point about customers can process their own returns now. So it's not like they don't need to come to you and say, you know, that they're returning something. So every now and again, I'll see up on the downline orders, you know, return order. Like that could be one of your customers who just went and returned their order, didn't even tell you. You know, it's not like you have, I mean, if it's within the month, it would be nice to know that. But if it's the following month, you have no idea that customer was trying to return their order. So that could kind of catch you off guard. I didn't really think of it that way. So that was a really good point.
Yep, you could definitely lose a huge bonus because of that. So,
yeah.
Dani, did you touch on where we can post on social media and where we shouldn't post? Like,
not yet. That's a good point. Do you want to go on that, or?
I don't want to take away from Dani if she's going to.
No, I hadn't even. I was going to touch on one more thing about compliance. Like, we don't make medical claims.
Right. Okay.
So yes, the greens alkalize, but the greens do not cure cancer. Like, you cannot say that.
Yes, and we can say the greens detox, but we cannot say that the wraps detox.
Mm-hmm. So if you have any questions about that, just, you know, obviously just pull from the before and afters on Ambassador U or Team Builders or whatever group you're in, and you want to look for before and afters or compliant photos. Don't go to Pinterest and get that stupid thing that says like detox wraps, and then it has like a falsified one for each product. Like, that's a no-no.
Yeah.
Just be careful where you're pulling from, be mindful.
Basically, when when we're looking at medical claims, if it doesn't say it on the product coach, so myitworksproductcoach.com, that will, if it doesn't have it on there anywhere, you can't make a claim about it, and you can get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But I did want to post because there's a lot of new people. When it comes to posting on social media, you're not allowed to post on yard sale websites. So I know we're all in them, like your hometown's yard sale, and it seems like a great place to reach a lot of people, but you can't do that. The reason why, and it makes a lot of sense, because yard sale websites are second-hand websites, right? It's your junk that you're selling online. We don't want It Works to be sold as junk or secondhand. It really decreases the value of the product if you're selling it on yard sale websites.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do a vendor show, it has to be something that is associated with health and wellness, really. You shouldn't be doing a vendor show at like a flea market because, again, it's like not health and wellness. You don't want to – you can do like a bridal show or something like that. You can do like what was the one girl on another team did one at like a marathon, like there was a race and they had like vendors at the end. Like, that's okay because it's health and wellness. You shouldn't be doing it at like, I don't know, a sporting event or something weird. I don't know. That's not even a good example. But just make sure that it's associated like health and wellness.
Yeah, I think there's like it's hard to come up with an example of like where's not a good place fit for it.
Yeah.
But I feel like once you do get one, you're like, oh yeah, no.
Probably shouldn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just the big thing is the garage site, the garage. Now, I'm guilty of it. When I first started, I posted on a garage sale website and actually sold 2 wraps off of it, but you're not allowed.
Right.
Or
And,
Amazon.
you know,
Or
if you're new, you don't know it. If
Yeah.
we don't tell you, you don't know it, but just don't do it anymore. And if you see somebody posting like another distributor, it's perfectly okay to message them and be like, you know, this isn't compliant. You're not allowed to do that, because we need to protect our business and we need to protect our company. If the company goes down, we go down with it. So
yeah. In most cases,
sure we're watching out for everybody.
they're just unaware. That every person that I've come across, they literally just had no idea. So if
oh my gosh, sorry, I'm going to
probably-
take it down right now.
yeah, if anything, they're just as thankful for you pointing it out to them.
All right. I think that was all I
Cool.
wanted to touch on with getting started. I think Ashley is going to take over topic number 2.
All right, so the next part of your responsibility is when you actually start signing your first distributors. So again, first and foremost, your responsibility when you sign your first distributors is to ensure that they set up their auto ship. Now this, I don't know if everyone has signed up a distributor themselves. Like if you go to your website, you're like, I have your information, I'll enter it for you. One of, I think, the 5 categories up top when they're entering in their information, their business builder kit, all this kind of stuff. One of the main sections is auto ship, and it is automatically set for 2 boxes of wraps at 108 BV. Like it's automatically set. If someone doesn't set up their auto ship, it's because they deleted that. And if you do change or alter that and it goes under the 80 BV, it'll flash a little warning and just say, hey, just so you know, you're under the commission qualified 80 BV, this and that. Like it's basically there ready for them to go. And it's not set in stone. Like I always tell people, if they're not already interested in a product, order 2 boxes of wraps. Like you're probably going to have people from the get-go that just want to order a wrap to try it before they commit. And you want to be sure you have those wraps on hand. Even for every month, I think every month I've still ordered just 1 box of wraps because you can't go wrong having wraps on hand. But this is not set in stone. They're not going to get charged right then and there for it. They're not going to get charged tomorrow. Their auto ship is set for 30 days from their enrollment day. Unless they sign up the 26th and on, it will resort back to the 25th of the next month. So they're not like committing to ordering anything right there. But the reason that you need them to have it set up, even if you talk to them and they said, I really want to go the 150 route, have them set it up anyways. And the reason that we do this is because when they get their first 2 loyal customers, that is going to ensure that you get your bonus, but more importantly, that they get fast started. So if they don't get fast started, they're not going to in turn down the road get their bonuses. So it's really important that they get that little fast start qualified check on their profile. If then down the road, once they're signing all their customers, if they hit that 150 personal bonus volume, and that's the route that you decide that they're going to go, then they can turn off the auto ship. But I think to everyone be safe, on the safe side, that auto ship should be set up on enrollment, because I've already had so many times someone say, my distributor got their 2 customers. Why haven't I got my bonus yet? And 9 times out of 10, you can go look, and the reason is because they don't have their auto ship set up and they're not at 150 yet. That's always going to be the case. So, and if they don't hit it by their 30 days, then you're not going to get that bonus. And I've seen people miss out on it because of that. So your next responsibility would be to get them added to the group. So add them into Ambassador U. Post in our little welcome thread. There's some good information that Sammie has in there. Everyone can say welcome, hey, like it's always fun to see all the likes and comments and all that. But now, most importantly, you don't want to tag them in every single post. We see when people tag, and we're like, oh, we have little poster or taggers over here. I think when a new distributor signs up, they're already extremely overwhelmed. It's brand new. They're nervous. They don't know the products. They don't know how things work. They literally don't know what they're doing. And then as soon as they're in your system, add them to Ambassador U and tag them in 30 things, they already forgot the first 20. So plus, I'm sure you're not the only person that they're interacting with on social media. So they are probably trying to filter through and see, okay, where do I start? How do I piece all of this together? So I think the best thing for everyone to do would just be to form some sort of system. Introduce them to the group, or add them. You have to add them first, and they have to be approved. If they aren't approved yet, then they're not going to see the tags that you do. I don't know if you'll notice, if you're on a computer, their name will be gray until that they've been approved. And if it takes a little while for them to be approved, it's simply because we just need to verify that they're actually in the system. So if you're on the other side of Sammie's leg, I can't see him, Dani can't see him, Erika can't see, so she has to approve of that, and so on for our legs. So just be a little patient with us. Sometimes your system might update a little quicker than ours, so if it takes some time, that's why. But introduce them to the welcome thread and tag them in week 1. That's really, I think, all that they need in the group on Facebook for that moment. And then personally, this is what I do. So I have a welcome email set up. I just copy and I paste it for every new distributor, and I edit it to them. So what I do is I let them know what their distributor number is, and I tell them how they log on. First things first, they need to just answer the quick 3 questions, tax questions, so they're no longer a commission hold distributor. And then again, a quick reminder of the auto ship and why we have it set up. From then, I let them know about It Works You. It's not something that they need to do right that second, but I think I heard sitting down doing it all at once, it takes about 2 hours. So I think if they were to break it up for their first week, they could get it done in like 15, 20-minute increments. And then next, I let them know to get started with posting. I have a couple of screenshots of new introduction posts, like I just joined It Works, this is my why, this is why I'm doing it. And I have all different, lifestyles. I have one that says my why is my family. I think I have Dani's on there, or, my why is, supplement my income for my business. So I have all different kind of examples. So that way they can figure out which one is most fitting for them. If they need some, what's the word I'm looking for? Like motivation or inspiration for their posts. And then I also send them one of my favorite Get Started for their loyal customer posts, the whole, which number are you? Because I think that it doesn't just say new you, wraps, Confianza, Thermofit. Like, it explains what the products actually do, and customers can relate to that a little bit more. So I give them that, and I let them know how important it is for them to get started with posting as soon as they can, because while, yes, we have 30 days to get their first 4 loyal customers, if you only have 2 months to go Ruby, you're going to need a good portion of those first 30 days to really start working on your potential distributors. If you take the whole 30 days and you're just posting about teammates and you only have a month left if you're trying to go Ruby for the bonus, you're kind of shortchanging yourself. So getting those customers really as soon as they can, so then they can start turning their focus on teammates as well, is really important. I also post on there the link to Kiko's video. I'm pretty sure everyone gets tagged in that as well. It's just kind of a good video with how to approach people, like family maybe, or, good friends on I just started this business. Your support would be appreciated. And then I also post a link to Jade Hooper's script. You can also use Sammie's in our group, but I like doing this welcome email because everything's in one place. They're not trying to find notifications. They can just resort back to it, almost use it as like a checklist, work their way through it. And it's all, like I said, it's all in one concise place. Also in the email, I attached the steps to success, the Ruby chart, and the compensation plan. And again, that's just something for them to have and to know of, to kind of have an idea of where they're going and what they're doing. That compensation plan is awesome, you guys. I just looked at it again the other day, and I swear I find something new every time I look in it. I'm like, oh, really? I didn't know that. So that's always really good to just have, review when you need it, kind of educate yourself on it when you can. Then at the bottom of the email, I make sure I give them my information. I want them to know that they can reach out to me anytime, not necessarily any time of the day, but anytime that they have questions. I try to follow up with them, if not daily, every other day. And I write their enrollment date, their 30 days, and when their Ruby deadline is. I don't want anyone to be unaware that this was my date that I needed to get my 4 loyal customers for my 120 buy. So again, all that is in one email, one concise place for them, ready to go. Then, as they start getting started, if they need more, that week 1 post, I don't know if everyone has actually looked at it. There is post ideas every single day for a week, that are really, really good posts.
Twice a day.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's laid out for them. If they want to post more, then that's great. Then you can tag them in the loyal customer thread. And I think I usually tag my distributor in there like the 2nd or 3rd day, because again, they're still probably trying to go through any comments that they got on their initial posts and then their first couple from their first day or 2. And then week 2 comes around, you tag them in the week 2 file. And then as they get their 4 customers and they're like, okay, well now I need distributors, then you can tag them in the distributor file. Their first day, I don't think you should just go and tag them in the distributor file. That might be a lot for them they might feel just a little overwhelmed, I think, looking at that. But yeah, just try not to overwhelm them. Take it at a pace that they're working. If they're just flying, then fly on with them. If they're running, run with them. If they're taking in the information, okay, I did this, what's next, then you can keep going and kind of give them a little bit more than you would with maybe, say, every other person. But I think that is kind of it that I have when it comes to signing distributors. And I think we have, I don't know if we have an email in the files. I know we have an LC wrap email, but if anybody wants, I can kind of post what I send to my distributors as kind of a guideline. I think Amy said good idea.
That'd be good.
So.
A lot of the, I used to send an email, but our welcome thread, if you actually read the words in the welcome thread, it goes through a lot of the stuff that was in my email.
Yeah.
I know that we just tag people in it and maybe they don't even read it, but there's actually words above the welcome picture that have a lot of good information. The other thing, make sure that when you tag people in the week 1 that you actually tell them to read it, because I've gotten questions and I'm like, I know it's in the week 1, read week 1. So it's week 1 was created to not overwhelm you, but give you the information that you need for week 1. So read it. So that's what
it's a file. It's not a normal post, so it's not like they're going to click on it and see. They're going to have to actually open the file.
Mm-hmm. On the iPhone, it happens easily. It's easy. So
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that was it for me. So, Erika, if you're ready to take over.
She needs to unmute.
Am I on now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So what I'm focusing on is building to Ruby. And I think Ruby is one of the most exciting levels to get, because it's when you actually start making money, good money. So after our first goal, which is getting your first 4 LCs, you want to really focus on signing your distributors. So your goal is to sign 3 distributors and keep them on your top line. Now, any distributor that you sign after your 3, you want to move them down to one of your top 3 distributors. You don't want to keep like 6 or 7 distributors on your top line, because that's not going to get you to promote. It's not going to get you anywhere. So you need to be moving them down. So once you get your 3 distributors, you want to get 2 distributors and move them down to one of your DTs to get them to executive. So let's see, 3, 2. So once you have those 5 boxes filled, I have it right here. I just made it. It's kind of messy. But you have Sarah, Sloan, and Erika on your top line. So you want to move 2 distributors down to Sarah right here, Amanda and Jackie. So now Sarah is boxed in executive. And another thing that I was really confused about when I started is being boxed in. I was reading people like, so-and-so's boxed in Ruby, so-and-so's boxed in exec, and I was like, whoa, that happened really fast. How did they do that? But when you're boxed in, that just means that you have all your boxes filled for that rank. It doesn't mean that you have actually promoted yet. So to promote to Ruby, you need each of these boxes here to at least 400 volume. So that is when you need to start moving your loyal customers also. Once you have your first 4 loyal customers and you have your box filled at 400, at least 400, you start moving those loyal customers down to your distributors so that you can promote, because you need them each to get 400 volume. You need those boxes filled to promote. So yeah, you guys are gonna see once we do more Zooms, I am terrible at explaining things. So if you have questions, stop me, okay? Let's see. Please 100, move them all. Why to promote? So if none of your top line distributors are signing DTs, it becomes your responsibility to put those distributors under them if you want to promote. So it really is, a team, a team thing. And let's see. When you start moving distributors, you want to get with your downline and your upline and ask where you should move them. If you're ever concerned and you don't know where to move them, don't leave them on your top line. Ask anybody, someone your top line, downline, ask them, where should I move this person for me to promote? Don't wait until it's too late. You have 24 hours to move them. And after that, they're stuck. And you're out of luck because you didn't move them in time. So make sure you're moving your distributors and your loyal customers within the 24 hours of signing them, wherever you need to put them. And also make sure you're always charting your distributors underneath of you, because here, I have a bigger one right here, but it's important to know where all of your distributors are at with maintaining volume, and just to see where you need to be placing distributors. That's why you chart, so you know where people need to be placed and where you need to be putting volume. So That's why it's important to chart. And let's see. Hi. My mom's bringing my baby in. So once you are, let me see, I just lost my train of thought. As if I'm not bad at this already. Let's see. Okay, so once you make your rank, say you made Ruby and you need to maintain it every month, you need to maintain by either keeping each of your boxes at 400 every month or keeping it at a certain volume. And Ruby is 4,000 GV that you need to maintain. So, but it's not just, ooh, I have 4,000 group volume this month, I'm good. No. You need to maintain it without one of your legs having more than half of that volume. So say you have Sloan, one of your legs, and she has 3,000 volume, and the rest of your legs only equal 1,000 volume. It's not going to work because Sloan's leg is taking over. You need the rest of your legs to equal at least 3,000 also. Or if one has, it just has to be equal. So if Sloan is at 2,000, the rest of your legs need to equal at least 2,000 also to maintain that way. And then Emerald is 8,000, 4,000 from one leg, and at least 4,000 from the rest of your legs combined. And then so on and so on. So, yeah. That's what I have for building Ruby. What did I miss? Did I miss anything?
I got a text from someone that's brand new. It's like, whoa, that's overwhelming. So don't be overwhelmed. If you're not at the point to build to Ruby, then don't, like I said, don't get overwhelmed with this. It is a lot of information, and that's why we're here. Yay! We were here to help you. So as you start building your team, and trust me, we will notice if you are building to Ruby. Ashley, Dani, Erika, or myself will see it. We will know, and we will contact you, and we're like, hey, you're getting close to Ruby. We should start talking more often, and we will help you. So don't get overwhelmed. It is a lot, but it's actually very simple. When you learn it and know it, it's like it's second nature. It's easy. So.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask questions. I know when I was building to Ruby, I think I probably drove Ashley utterly insane with how many questions I had.
No way.
But
I was texting Dani maybe all day, every day for at least 3 months. Like, what is this? Where should I put her? Where should I put her? Are you charting me? Should I be charting? Like, that's why.
Yeah.
So let
Put
me
it together. Just ask
pull,
questions.
yeah.
Let me pull the three of you, Ashley, Dani, Erika, just so you guys know. If you sign a distributor and they never text you again, is that good?
No.
They're cut.
If you sign a distributor and they text you 10 times a day, every day for a month, don't you just love that?
I would rather
Yes.
have the most hands-on.
Absolutely.
That means they're excited, and that's my runner. And
They're
I'm
excited. They're ready to go. They're learning.
Unless you're texting me 10 times a day and 5 of them are like the same thing. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you this 5 different ways.
But no, I'm telling you, we prefer when somebody signs a distributor, we prefer that you bug the crap out of us, because then that means you're eager to learn and you're taking it seriously and you want to learn. So ask. And if you don't feel like you want to text us, use the group. That's what we're there for.
Yeah. So I think the only thing, though, Erika, that we just didn't cover is when you are promoting, when you are maintaining, you want to be sure to project your volume each month.
Yes.
And if we need to, I think we've gone over this a couple times, but like I said, I know we have new people. We can make a video on exactly how to do that. But the reason that you want to do that is, say you are trying to maintain Ruby or whatever rank it is that you're maintaining, you don't want to find out on the 25th that you need X amount of volume when all the orders run, or probably the 26th, because it takes so long sometimes for orders to run. So you want to be sure that, from May 1st to May 25th, if you and your team are signing loyal customers, you know where they need to go. You're not just shooting in the dark, placing them places. So, usually the first or second of the month is when I actually sit down and I don't project every single person. Like, I know Dani's got her leg because I know she's doing it, but I do project where I need to be sure that volume is there, and I know where where I need help at, if you will. So it doesn't take that long once you get the hang of what you're doing. But if you project your volume on the first or second of the month, and Sally needs 100 DV this month, I know where those little customers are going to go now. You definitely don't want to sign a customer and place them on a leg that's well over 400, and then you don't get a customer the rest of the month, and you're kind of trying to make up that volume. So it's definitely important once you get your team going that you project your volume each month so you know what your goal is.
One more thing. When I get a lot of questions when somebody signs distributors, say they sign 3 at their top line, so they got their 3, but then those one of those 3 people has to have then 2 under them. So I get questions a lot. If I sign another distributor, where do I place them? Well, out of these 1, 2, 3, you have to pick. You have to make that decision. And then people are like, well, who do I pick? Well, in my opinion, you want to build a strong business. You want to build a strong team. So if distributor A isn't texting you, isn't posting, isn't doing anything, you probably don't want to place there. If distributor B is kind of posting, they have 1 customer, they're working, yada, yada, you might not want to post there. If distributor C has 4 customers already, is posting every day and texting the crap out of you, that's probably a good place to post. So oftentimes it comes with your gut. So say you have 3 people and no one has done anything yet because they're still very new. It's a gut instinct, and oftentimes I can't answer that for you because I don't know those people. So again, when the time comes, use your leaders and we can help you kind of talk through it. Don't feel like you're in it by yourself.
Mm-hmm. And another tip, this is what I did when I was going Ruby. I'm pretty sure I messaged Sammie 20 times a day as well, and she wasn't even my enroller, but I had 3 girls, I signed pretty quick off the bat, and 2 of them were basically at 400, if not super close to it, and I had another girl that wasn't anywhere near 400, but all 3 were still working, and we made the decision to build the person who wasn't as close to 400 as my executive, because when you're a named box, your personal group, that executive doesn't have to be at 400 themselves, because the distributors under them are building that group volume. So instead of moving them to someone who already had 400, I would only have to build 2 people to 400 instead of 3, if that makes sense. I think I might have lost myself for a minute. So
that's confused. It's confused. That's a lot to take in.
But it's like I said, that's where talking to your upline, talking to your downline comes into place. If you have 3 people on your top line and you're getting ready to sign a distributor, talk to those 3 people too. And maybe one of those people has someone on the line. They're like, oh, I'm about to sign someone too. Make it easier for yourself. Don't fill more boxes than you need to. So
last point on building. So if you're building for Ruby and you want to make someone an executive and they're not running an auto shipment and they're not commission qualified, they are not going to be a qualified leg, and you will not promote to Ruby. So if they are not running an auto shipment, say I have someone who's built to Ruby and they're at the top and they have 5 people underneath of them, and I'm going for diamonds and I'm hoping that they're a Ruby leg. If that person's not commission qualified, that's not a Ruby leg. It's just someone with 5 distributors underneath them and they're a ghost. So you have to be careful. You got to keep an eye on what DTs are being commission qualified and who you're building under.
yes, really good point.
Okay, I guess I am bringing up the rear here with tips on what to do when you have a team, or say you don't have a team, what you should be doing with your upline. So this is part of the power hour, at least my power hour anyway. Every morning, I think it's important to reach out to at least your enroller and talk to them briefly. This doesn't have to be a long conversation, but briefly talk to them. What are my goals today? What should I accomplish today? What should I do today? Make the goals little purposeful things that you do throughout the week, throughout the month, build to big goals. So each day I text my personally enrolled and my leaders, and I say, what are your goals for the day? What do you want to accomplish today? And I hope that they respond back and say, I want to talk to such and such amount of people. I want to wrap one person. I want to cold message 5 people. Again, very small, purposeful goals that day that are super attainable, because as you do that, you will see each week bigger things are going to happen than each month. And, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So I do that. And then I always tell my leaders to push it down to their team. Ask your leaders, who then will ask their leaders. So now it's a trickle effect. It starts up here and it goes down, and then it goes down, and then it goes down. And eventually the whole organization for 10 minutes in the morning is thinking about what are their goals for the day. So if you don't have anyone under you, that's okay, but you have somebody that enrolled you and they're interested in your success. So that's what I think we should start doing as a team, maybe in the mornings, is think about what you want to do that day and how you're going to do it. I like it, but I don't want people to say, I'm going to enroll 2 customers today. Okay, well, that's a good goal, but how are you going to do that? Like, how are you going to do that? Are they already lined up? Do you already have their information? Or do you still need to find these people? And how are you going to do that? Like, how? Tell me how. And make that your goal. Like, I'm going to sign 2 customers by cold messaging 5 people, calling 3 people, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I like to do to stay engaged daily. Another thing that is important as you grow, and I really love the concept of layered leadership. Okay. So I really try, and I hope all of you have gotten this same message, but whoever enrolls anybody, and say Ashley enrolls somebody, say Dani enrolled someone, anybody, I try as the leader to send a message that, hi, I'm Sammie Hill. This is who I am. I'm here for you. You have a great leader, but let me know if you need anything. That is something that I'm trying to do, to reach out to my whole team, to let them know who I am, and I'm there for them. Now, say I sign somebody and I place them down here, and there's 1 leader, 2 leader, 3 leader. I would hope that each leader would message them, let them know where they are in their organization. Let them know, I'm your diamond leader. I'm your emerald leader. I'm the ruby above you. I'm so excited to have you on my team. It's a layered thing, okay? As you get higher, you're not going to be able to answer all 400 people's questions. I'm learning this now. My whole week has been so freaking chaotic. It's crazy. I need to quit my job soon because it's hard to keep up. Like, I need to soon. But the way that yeah, cheers with my water. The way that we communicate better as a whole team is by the concept of layered leadership. So one person starts something, goes to their leaders, then those leaders disperse, then down and down and down. And that's a concept that I love and that I really want to push on to you guys to use. Even at the Ruby level, you're layered at that point. So when you're a Ruby or building to Ruby and you want to know what your executives team is doing, don't go to those 2 people. Go to your executive and say, hey, how is Sloan and Sarah doing? You know, go to the leader and ask, like, what are they doing? What's up with them? When's their party? Because you need to know it's your team. It's your promotion on the line, right? So that's something also. The other thing as a leader that's important is just really being like leading from the front. So you want to try and tell your team to do things that you do. Like, I wouldn't ask anybody to go blitz 20 people because I am not a great blitzer. I'm not out blitzing a whole lot. But you want to make sure that if you're asking your team to do that, it's not something that you wouldn't do. It's kind of like the whole, even in corporate America, that's the case. What else? As a leader, that's all I got right now. I could talk for days about other things, but just I guess the goal or the whole idea that I'm trying to get across is just as a leader, you want to make sure that you're communicating and staying engaged with your team. So the way to do that is just quick 5-minute text in the morning. Hey, what are your goals? Tell me what you're doing today. I'll talk to you tonight. We're all busy. We don't have time to be texting everybody all day, every day, but just a quick check-in in the morning, get your brain thinking about it works, get your mind going, get some goals that you can check off. Now, as you do that every day or a couple times a week, you can say, well, how did you meet your goals last time? Did you meet your goals last night? Did everything work out? Tell me, why didn't it work out? What are you going to do different today? And again, keep the goals that you make each day small and purposeful, because small goals add up to big things.
Mm-hmm.
So, should we open it up to questions?
Yeah, who has questions? I know we went over a lot of stuff, so if you have a question, just go ahead and unmute yourself.
I have a question.
It's Hannah. What's that?
From like the very beginning back to posting on yard sale sites, we had a question come up in our group, if local bulletin type
Like
site.
your Blitz card?
Okay. I don't know what she was wanting to post about. I think basically maybe just that like, hey, I'm in business, I sell, it works, kind of thing.
Like
a Facebook bulletin board. Like it's on Facebook, but it's like an online bulletin board.
Right. Like a community type group.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any problem with that.
Yeah, I think
I think
it's just like strictly the sale
selling website.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, but if you're in like I don't know, like mom's CrossFit group or something like that, like I think more so you would just need to check their rules and
right. Yeah.
Because I would hate for someone to be like that person or get booted or something.
Yeah, we definitely
if the group allows it.
Yeah, because most groups have that policy where like no business posts and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Anybody
A
else?
lot of questions. Any questions about anything? There's a lot of people here.
Don't be shy. Don't text us 5 minutes after this is over with that question you're dying to ask, because I won't answer it. I'm kidding.
Okay. Well, make sure that one other thing, make sure that you guys are using the group, Ambassador U. It doesn't have to just be like me, Ashley, Dani, and Erika posting. Like if you guys have something that you want to post, if you guys read something that you love, like post it. If you have a stupid question, like anything, post it. Like that's what that group is there for. There's a lot of us, so there's going to be a lot of people reading it right away, and you can get an answer very quickly. Same thing with, we're all different personality traits that we went over, right? So some people learn better from red, some people do better from blues and yellows, and you guys, that's the glory of all this. It's all diverse. So if you have something, don't be afraid, just post it in the groups.
Mm-hmm. And be sure you're at least checking the group daily. You don't have to be, posting in there every single day, but between the four of us, if there's any news in It Works World, like it's going to be in that group without a doubt. So, I think I remember when the share link and the $10 credit and all that, when that was gone on like May, you know, and then people 2 weeks later were like, oh my God, this isn't there anymore. Like the group, it was all there and it's always going to be there. Like we'll always be sure to let you know of any news that comes up, anything that we hear, it will be on that group. So if you're at work all day long, like check it before you go to bed. I don't think there's too much in there, but at least just give yourself a little review, and I'm sure you'll be glad you did.
Sound like a commercial.
I'm still like, I think I'm in my, oh, should we tell them about what we're working on, you guys?
Yeah, that'd be exciting. Go ahead, Ashley.
So, I don't know. I think the invite kind of went out on Monday. One of the girls on our sideline did a potential distributor party, and she did a live video. So Dani kind of got inspired by that, and we all kind of chatted together. And
It was all Kate.
well, okay. So Kate brought it to you. You brought it to us. So we decided to kind of revamp our potential distributor party script, because it is just kind of one note. And there's 6 of us working on a video script. So each post is going to be a video of, you know, Sammie, Dani, Erika, myself, Kayla, and Jessica, kind of going over what they would be reading themselves, but in video.
Trying to make it more interactive and kind of get like a leg up instead of just a party where we're throwing slides up to an empty room and hoping they comment. Maybe they can find it more relatable and they can see our personalities and our tone of voice and the excitement and kind of get excited too. So we're really excited to see the feedback, honestly. But I'm petrified to make the videos, so be nice.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm still like in my video making mode. I was editing it when Tommy got home, and he was like, "Is that you?" I said, "Yeah," because I hate my voice, obviously, on video. And he's like, "You sound extremely professional. Like, I feel like that's a video I watch for like work training or something."
Question about that though. So will we actually we're like gonna have someone live who's hosting it, like gonna give the background, like, hey, this is who I am and everything like that. It's a 15 to 20 minute live session that she had during the entire party. I think that could be cool.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, I think that was the whole premise behind the entire, Kate sitting right next to me. That was the whole premise behind the PDT party. So whoever is hosting can be like, this is my story, this is why I got started, and kind of like.
We could probably do that, or like Renee does, like the leader spotlight, like leading up to the party. We could kind of just have like already, not fabricated, but
We could talk about it. We could decide. We could play around with it, try it one way, and then try it another way.
we're just hoping it all works. Like I said, I posted my videos to make sure that they posted. So I hope with us sharing them with each other, whoever's hosting that day is able to get the post up and running, or so we don't have 6 different hosts.
We'll work on format and make sure everything's compatible for you guys.
Yeah. But cool, I'm excited.
No one has any more questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
Who is that? Brandy.
So I've just started. I'm on week 4, I believe. I've got 8 loyal customers, but I am having a really hard time getting a DT. Is there anything you guys can do to help me out? Suggest something, because I'm getting no's everywhere I turn.
You're messaging people?
I am messaging people. I've talked to a few people up front. I have a few people that say, oh, let's meet up Friday. And Friday comes and nobody wants to respond. And so I don't know what to do. So I don't feel like I'm pressuring them, but to get them as excited as I was when I started.
Well, getting Facebook to someone's really good option, obviously, because they can read your excitement. I think that's the reason Kate joined, was she was, living with me at the time. She saw me using the products and being excited about my business growing. But obviously, if you can't get them to message you back, I wouldn't, put it past doing another follow-up message, or, just being like, well, be blunt, be like, what changed? Don't be afraid to ask that question. If they showed interest, then there's part of them that wants to know more. So maybe they're just, they're a little hesitant because it's something new, and a lot of people are like, no, network marketing's a little scary because it's like this untouched thing that's newer. So if you're having anyone that's giving you no's for like a specific reason, then there's all the posts that we have that says like how to work through the no's.
Yes.
Have they said anything to you like it's finances or anything like that?
I've had a couple of them be the financial thing, and I get that. I was having a hard time. I got lucky enough. Courtney actually helped me get in. So I'm hoping that eventually I'm going to be far enough ahead that I'll be able to help somebody out the way I was helped. But I'm trying to push you get the 4 wraps, you sell them for $25, you immediately make your sales, you make your money back. I don't know. I feel like I've almost hit a brick wall, and that I'm getting the loyal customers. I want that DT. I want Ruby.
I definitely think that one of the biggest things is finding out what their reservation is and trying to find the solution for it. So at least, you are working that angle good. Like, definitely keep up with that. If it's like, well, I don't have the time, let them know about Sammie's Power Hour. Or like you said, with the finances, we have that one post about the triple diamonds, like what they did to get started. There's lots of different ways. Like Sammie, didn't you say you sold Tristan's Oakleys? People have, like put off an electric bill for a couple of days, like just
credit card.
Use a credit card. Like, and I think once you just kind of comfort them on the fact that it's not just them, other people have been there, kind of help them find a solution. Like it definitely comes a little easy, but don't scratch them off your list because they say no, not right now.
Okay.
They will come back around if they have the interest.
Okay.
Sammie?
When it comes to getting distributors, it does take a little bit of time, a little bit of convincing. Now, the biggest thing is consistency and posting on your Facebook and being consistent. When you're first starting out, you need to post about every single victory that you have in your business, okay? Every single victory. So if you sign a customer, you need to post about that. If you get a fast start bonus, you need to post about that. If you sell a wrap, if you help somebody, if you're talking to somebody, celebrate it. Every single victory. If you made $25 on your paycheck, you need to say, thank you, it works, for buying my dinner. Okay?
Buying me diapers, whatever.
Yeah, buying me diapers. Something. You need to celebrate every single victory. Now, if somebody tells you that they are interested, but then they're not getting back to you, I have really been using that wow factor follow-up that we learned a month or so ago with Angela. And that is this. And it's something like, hey, so-and-so, were you serious when you said that you wanted to be a part of my business? Because I'm serious about my business. And if you're not, why don't I just scratch you off my list because I don't want to keep bothering you.
Mm-hmm.
And so then people are going to say, no, I was serious. I'm just, this is the reason why. And then you can kind of work at it that way. I've also been saying, why don't I scratch you off my list for the $500 bonus because I don't want to keep bothering you. Then people are like, whoa, like, no, I want that $500 bonus. So you want to definitely keep following up with them.
Okay.
But I can't press enough, and keep yourself organized. Write a list down. Like, Ashley, talk to her on this date. Payday is blah, blah, blah. Follow up with her then. You want to keep a list of your potentials because they might not be joining you now, but if you're talking to them and they're interested, they will join you. I promise you that much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay because you're going to be growing your business when they're ready, as long as you stay in it.
Yeah.
It truly is a numbers game. The more people you ask, the better your business. They say it all the time. The ambassadors in our company are farther along in the company because they've asked more people. That's all it is. That's all it is. Also, another piece of advice, I know I'm talking a lot, but another piece of advice, when you're talking to a distributor, always keep it about them. Okay. So like, for example, if somebody messages you and says, hey, how does it work or whatever, you tell them like, we follow 3 simple steps to success, to build our business every month. How much money per month would help you? How much money per month would change your life? Then they come back and say, oh, I would love to have $500 extra a month. Then I say, oh, great. We can get you there in less than 2 months. Like, keep it about them. And then I often say, like, what would you use the $500 for? Well, I really want to get my daughter into dance, or I really want to put my kid into preschool or something like that. And I would say, well, $500 is only the second rank in our company. We can get you there in 6 weeks. When do you want to get started? Just keep it super simple. Don't overwhelm them with all the details of the business, except for the important ones that we talked about, and it will help. You don't want to cloud it, but just be persistent and be consistent.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you'll get it. Good job, Brandy.
Ask your LCs if they are having great results from the products, if they'd like to upgrade to be a DT. Because
Yes. Who was that? Caitlin? Sammie? Who suggested that the other day?
Yeah, Caitlin Snyder.
Caitlin? That was a really, really good tip, and I actually used that myself on a customer who just hit 6 months, and she was the biggest skeptic. She was the one bashing MLMs all over Facebook and don't invite me, don't post this, don't do that. And she's actually considering it now. She's a really strong potential distributor of mine. So I really liked that idea of hers. That was a really good idea.
All right. Thanks, ladies.
You're welcome.
All right. Anybody else before we end it for the night?
I got one.
Is that Carmen? Hey, Carmen.
Yes. I haven't read the compliant form for the before and afters all the way through. Is there anything that they're looking at in particular? Like, are they looking for shocking, amazing results? Because I've got pictures that I would love to post and send in, but because it's like you can barely tell, but there's results, and I'm stoked, but I don't want to send it in and then be like, no.
No, they want, actually, I've seen pictures get denied if they're shocking, amazing results, because they're not the norm.
Yeah.
They want kind of run-of-the-mill average results.
Because those are what more people are going to get. Like, if you have these crazy drastic results, we know that that's not going to be your average result that you see from this or that. But yeah, if you can still see a difference. I think the only thing I've seen not get approved is like too much skin showing or certain areas. I don't know why I thought, but like the cleanse, you have to actually like show a picture of like the body. I know everyone posts the scale pictures, but scale pictures and like measurement tapes, they say they don't need like approval for.
All right, because the pictures they showed this weekend at the It Works You, they were like from 1 degree to the next. I was like, I can't do that. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, dude. If you have pictures, send them in. The more we can build our portfolio as a team, the better. Because those are the pictures we want to share with people because they're more realistic. And you definitely don't want to show someone going from, like you said, one extreme to the other, and you send that to a customer and they're like, well, why didn't I get those results? Like, they're nice because it shows what the products can do, but
it's not relatable.
To some, yes.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Good question.
Anybody else?
I have to see patients at 7 o'clock in the morning, so
I gotta go eat my ribs that I've been cooking since 4 o'clock.
Oh my God, you eat so late. I would be so fat.
I'm just sitting down to have dinner.
Yeah, but you also are what? Oh God, let's not get the time zone.
Look, it's daylight out. It's daylight out. I know that much.
It is 10:17 here. So what? It's 8:17 there.
7.
Oh, you're 3 hours. Oh, that's right. You're in Arizona. You're all sorts of weird.
I'll be up late anyways because I got a Skype with Kenny tonight, so I'll be up late.
Have fun.
Oh yeah.